Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, I'm traveling, don't worry, I have not moved again, but let's get into it. So today I'm going to do masculines and feminines. Do I want to do it the other way? No, masculines and feminines. It's getting harder to tell which side to do the energy on, but we're going to do the usual daily divine counterpart reading. But this time I'm going to do what is needing to be brought to light for both the counterparts, how the masculines are navigating it, how the feminines are navigating it. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for the beautiful collective that joins me here. What can we see in the material realm playing out for these connections? What is the energy or alignment, emotion connected with what we see playing out, and how are each of the counterparts experiencing it? Let's say perceiving what's going on and what they are choosing to do about it. So for the masculines, the overview of the connection and their thoughts on the feminine. For both the feminines and masculines, how do they each feel for each other and the connection? What are they each wishing at this time based on what we're going to see? How are they perceiving those energies? What actions are they taking? What are their biggest challenges? The solutions to those challenges and the direction in the near future. Okay. Lots of shuffling when that happens, but I like to do it on camera. Okay, so how about the connection in general? What is the energy? The Hanged Man in the inverse. So this means that there are epiphanies that each are having that are bringing forward momentum. What is the energy associated? Surrender now. Moth spirit. So like moths to a flame, they can't stay away, is what I just heard. How are the masculines perceiving this energy right now? Truth. They're getting lots of signs and synchronicities that their feminine is magnetic, that they can't stay away, that this is an unbreakable bond. It's eternal with the infinity sign here. And they're getting a lot of understanding in many different ways right now. What are they choosing to do about this? Five of Swords. So they're looking at this perception. Six of Swords, 5 and 1 is 6, which means progress, paradigm shift. So they are using what they're picking up on right now, but they haven't made any decisions. Regarding specifically knowing that they're going to be coming out of this Hanged One energy, meaning they needed to see things from a different perspective. They were in indecision. The scales are tipping in favor of coming forward, of surrendering to the love, but it doesn't look like they've completely figured out what that's going to look like. How are the feminines experiencing or perceiving this energy on their side? Wow, the Hanged Man in the inverse. They're realizing that this manifestation is somewhat up to them. When it's stagnation or when it's stagnant, when it seems to be holding still, the status quo has not been questioned. As soon as something comes in that shifts perspective, boom, the energy starts moving forward and they feel attracted to you again, masculines. What are the feminines wishing to do about this epiphany, about the way energy works? 7 of Cups, Lord of illusionary success in the reverse. So now they know how to give their focus to a successful path. They're not just going to spin their wheels and feel like the universe, they're at mercy to the universe. They are basically seeing how they can be proactive with continuing to go forward. Instead of just waiting for the masculines to do it all, the feminines have learned what their inner masculine can do as far as manifestations so that they can get the ball rolling and they can show up for what is for them. It's not just waiting for the masculines to come in a certain way. It is a give and take. So feminines are realizing they have much more attractive power by taking internal masculine action to see things the right way and to do the inner work, to look at things through the right perspective that allows them to magnetize rather than chase or believe that love is not for them. What can we see for the energy regarding the counterparts? 9 of Pentacles, codependency free. So both are seeing the other one as having come into wholeness. Balance. What is the energetically card? Take a leap of faith. Grasshopper spirit in the reverse here. So it's no longer a stretch, no longer wishful thinking, no longer a leap of faith. It's more of a grounded knowing. Because of this wholeness, it doesn't require so much guesswork or risk. How are the masculines perceiving the feminine? Oh, there's some anxiety here. What are they choosing to do about it? They're looking at it for once, I just heard. So yeah, the pressure can sometimes shut us down when we get anxious, but this time the masculines with the sun here, they're not just going to turn a blind eye or run from that. They're actually going to illuminate the root. Why is this anxiety here? I think this is why they've been, or they got the Hanged Man in the reverse, is because they're taking a look. They're looking at the signs. They're seeing confirmations rather than just feeling anxiety and heading for the hills. They're seeing or acknowledging the anxiety and sitting with it to see if it's something they can shift, to see if it's something first person that they can do differently. So they're no longer just turned off by intensity. They're now discerning in where is that intensity coming from, and is it growth or is it actually something to be concerned about? What are the feminines perceiving in this whole energy? Princess of Pentacles. So yeah, just being able to show up without conditionality, without needing it to be more, without empty promises, without needing promises, being able to meet the masculines genuinely in presence. What are they doing with this perception? Knight of Pentacles. So we've got Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, to the Knight of Pentacles. So there's like progress right here. So it has to do with investing in seeing how it goes with you masculines based on a new unconditional, just open energy that doesn't require wishful thinking or getting ahead of themselves. They just want to see what will happen next. They're taking care of their own business and not really acting out or being rebellious at all. They're just experiencing life from a whole new level of safety and observation. What can we see for the heart space? For the connections, 5 of Swords. So we really are, here's the 5 of Swords for the second time. We're on this teeter-totter right now of what is within our control? What is outside of our control? How does it feel to the counterparts? Nothing is wasted. So it's like we're seeing one side and then the other of duality. I always call the 5s the teeter-totters because we can take it this way or that. And both are true in different circumstances and situations. Both angles of approach are true. In these connections, the feminine aspect is right and the masculine aspect is right. Nothing is wasted, but we've had to flip-flop and see it from multiple angles. We've had to be in this role and in this role. We've had to wear these shoes and these shoes. How are the masculines perceiving this? They're coming out of hermit mode. They're coming out of this protective shell. Wow, and the 7 of Cups. We've got so many duplicate cards already. They are seeing through the confusion, and this is allowing them to come out of their shell a little bit more. It's like they are now way more in the loop with the character. that they've seen in their feminine. They now know that it wasn't a trick, it wasn't love bombing, it wasn't a manufactured mask the feminines were wearing. It's them. It's genuine divine feminine energy. And so the masculines are beginning to come out of their shell regarding things that they used to hold back. What are the feminines perceiving right now? Wow, Princess of Swords. They're really looking at what happens when they don't chase, when they don't communicate in certain ways, when they don't say everything that they could, or when they don't hold back. Take it how it resonates. What action are they taking? They definitely are like a moth to a flame with you, divine masculine. They want to connect. They're always trying to work the puzzle to connect more without talking. There's something about that magnetism, that attractive energy, the moth to a flame. The feminines are not wanting to manifest this through direct approaches so much as just knowing that you're for them, masculines, and that it's only a matter of time, and that they may not be direct with what they're saying. They may just be appreciating you without telling you what that means or why they're doing it or what they want. They may just be experiencing adoration for their King of Wands and letting it actually sink in to their core that they feel that way about you without needing you to do anything about it. Just really loving you for who you are. What can we see for the heart space for each other? King of Cups, a lot of emotion, a lot of emotional truth, a lot of emotional bedrock being reached. What is the energy connected with that? Dream the world into being. This is almost like the emotion that comes up from the moon. When the moon is in the inverse, all of this deep, stuffed down emotion, good and bad, so to speak, positive and negative, things that we want to feel and see, things that we don't so much want to feel and see that might have been carpet swept. But this is very much getting that idea that we can curate, we can choose the things that really do feel good that we've tried to suppress and not allow to be there in case there's a shortage and we can't feel that. It's ironic that we don't allow ourselves to feel pleasure if we're afraid it will be taken from us. And so there's a little bit of an acknowledgement about what on the heart space is so good in these connections that we've been resisting and rejecting. How are the masculines perceiving this? As their destiny. The hermit always meditates on this destined path, and the masculines are perceiving these connections as one of their primary connections to their destiny. Ten of Pentacles, legacy. This is what they want to do. They want to invest for the long term. This is a beautiful long-term commitment that they feel is in the stars here. And that's sinking in on a deep, deep level. So this may mean that you're the one that stood beside them and never left, even if circumstances in the 3D were this way and that, you're still there, you're still in their energy. They're really seeing that there could be some kind of future here that exceeds what they thought was possible financially to begin with. You know, it's ironic because a lot of the karmic situations look good on paper, and a lot of karmic relationships stay together for the money, but it's just a money pit and it never really works because intentions are at odds, or there's pettiness or passive aggressive stuff. There's not an equal connection. And so it never really fulfills its promise. But these connections, they look like they might not make sense to the average person, but they really do hold these unusual combinations that actually click and do produce long-term innovation, because each are whole. They don't really have an agenda. They're not manipulating the other one. It's now really positive because all the cards are on the table. What can we see for the feminines? 10 of Wands, the end of burden. Yeah, the pressure's being lifted because the masculines are beginning to really admit their feelings to themselves. That's what I just heard. That's beautiful. So the feminines don't have to carry the crazy on their own so much anymore. What is the action the feminines want to take? King of Swords. Yes, we've seen this. If this is legal matters, financial planning, decision making. So feminines, you're ending your burden right now. And you are feeling the feels with your masculine because it's getting closer and closer to a time where you actually will be free and clear to pursue in the physical, on a soul level, financially, intellectually. There's something that you're working on removing so that you can dream this new world into being. And this slow motion becoming has allowed you to fine-tune that vision for what you actually want and to keep evolving. As you level up, you get new ideas about how it will unfold. But in the heart space, there's this going towards something together here. What is the manifestation? Oh, there's the moon. So I just said that the King of Cups is like the emotion that comes to light when the moon divulges its depth. What does this feel like? So both are wanting to understand the secrets of the universe with the other. Time for a deep dive, exactly. So both are getting ready to get to know each other on a deeper level. How are the masculines viewing this? Integration. 4 of Swords is like the minor arcana high priestess. Be still and know. There's a very deep intuitive sorting right now, an overview looking at heartache from the past, past trauma. And we get the card of separation, the 5 of Pentacles. So what action are they taking? They're really looking at the energetic. This is also my card of the 5D. 3 of Pentacles is my card of the 3D. So this can be, you know, in this period of separation, they're really getting their thoughts in order. They're really understanding energy. And they know that they can close this gap, that it will take getting to know each other and doing this deep dive. May not be quite time yet because the masculines do want to find their own sense of awareness about the connection. What are the feminines perceiving? They're doing the inner work. They're feeling like they're about to take things to the next level. They know that all they can do is work on themselves right now because the connections are not yet quite unfolding by getting to know each other fully at this time. And what are the feminines wanting to do? They're hanging in there. Justice in the reverse. So they are cleaning up legal matters and all sorts of things in their own lives, but they are understanding that all of that work they're putting in over there is going to bring these two together. So here's the yin yang, and the gap is going to be closing here. It's not quite time for this deep dive, but both are sensing that it's happening soon. What is the action in the collective? The sun in the reverse now. So we have the moon and the sun. This is like a yin yang. Right. So some of the information hasn't fully come to light, or plans haven't been fulfilled completely. Open to infinite possibilities. Both haven't seen the infinite amount of potential between the two in these connections. How are the masculines perceiving this? They don't quite see the route for prosperity and growth. They don't quite see, this is the 6 after the 5 of Pentacles, but they don't quite see what possibilities are the most viable here just yet. What are they going to do about it? They're immediately looking at their resources and what they can imagine. This destined path, the star for the 2nd time, 3rd time when we count the Hermit. Oh, I got a kitty cat hair or something. Yeah, they're really looking at what they have available to them right now. They know the wait is almost over here. They can sense there's a lot of movement and progress and kinetic energy building here, but they haven't quite seen the next steps. What about the feminines? 4 of Wands. So I just heard living situation, foundation. There's something here where the feminines are feeling stable. They don't know how it's going to go. They want to live with the masculines. They want to marry the masculines. They want to be in partnership. They want to be in sacred union. And so they are perceiving this as going towards that. What is the action they're going to take? Princess of Wands, continuing to ask higher guidance on how to keep aligning, how to keep healing, keep balancing out, to keep having the faith to step one foot in front of the other, knowing that it's grander than we could ever imagine. What is the biggest challenge for the collective right now? Three of Pentacles, the 3D. The things playing out in the physical. Dotting the I's, crossing the T's, doing the work. Teaming up. There's a teamwork, a collaboration energy coming in, and tend to the small things. So both are paying attention to details right now and looking at things that we weren't conscious enough to spot before or consider. When our perspective broadens, we take in more factors. We can process more and additional factors whenever we are navigating or just living. We're aware of more things easily and effortlessly. So both are taking care of little details right now. What can we see for the masculines? Wow, the twin flame card. There's victory here. So they're letting it happen naturally. Something is bringing the two closer together in the physical, with the red of the root chakra grounding it. So there's something right now, this collaboration energy is truly bringing these lives together like moths to a flame. There's a magnetic universal pull right now, bringing the two together. The masculines are perceiving that. They're seeing it happen before their very eyes. What are they going to do about it? Wow, justice in the inverse for the masculines now. I tell you, there's a lot of duplicates in this reading. And so they're waiting for legal matters to clear up. That could be on their end or on the divine feminine's end. What are the feminines? The moon. So there are things hidden from the feminines right now. I just heard they have so much on their plate. Not all the things are revealed at this point. That is so feminines, you don't get overwhelmed because you've learned to just deal with what is showing up, knowing that inevitably once you take full accountability for that, the other things will just flow. And Seven of Swords. So secretly you know that you're doing your best and that there are a lot of potentials you can feel, but a lot of things that you're taking accountability for right now. So it's a strategy. This also says Lord of unfulfilled effort. No, of unstable effort in the reverse. So you've learned to make stable, sturdy steps forward by not needing to have all of it at once. You know generally where you're going, you know where you don't want to ever be again, and you're just letting it roll out at a rate that is organically happening for you. Tending to the small things, working away in the physical with all this energetic wisdom and knowing, so that you're not rushing, you're not taking more than you can handle. You're not getting in too deep. You're just going with what is there that feels good and taking accountability. It's very nice. What is the solution that's arising? Queen of Cups, trusting this deep, unconditional love and intuition. How is this feeling for the counterparts? Trust in the magic, exactly. So both counterparts, that's a 66, if that resonates. The sixes for anyone. Yeah, there's a lot of intuitive connection here. What are the masculines perceiving about this? Victory. So some of them are getting the idea that they will propose one day. Some masculines are getting the idea to bring these connections more into the public. So they may be talking about the divine feminine or bringing you around friends and family. There's some sort of visibility. This is a card of reputation and acclaim, high regard, high esteem. And so there's something here where the masculines are saying that they are more than okay with these connections being more publicly recognized. And Page of Cups. So they're surrendering. They're allowing this. They're not fighting it. They can't hold back any longer. It's like the tide with all that moon energy. It's like the tide is rolling in, and the masculines realize they can't stop the tide. Wow, so they're trusting in the magic because they've done everything possible, superstitiously even, to stop these connections from rolling out. And they now realize it's futile. You can't stop what is for you. Wow, masculines. How are the feminines perceiving this? Judgment, they're seeing it too. They're seeing it too. It's futile to try and stop this. And Princess of Cups, look at that. Page of Cups, same card in the same place. Duplicates again. Wow, the mirroring in this. It's futile to stop this magic from unfolding. What is the direction in the near future? The Devil. I just heard some hot and heavy passion between the two. Like, this is in the physical. It's like a meetup that is impossible to stop. It's a connection that is impossible to prevent from coming into the 3D together. It's so magnetic, so intense. It's like worlds colliding. The gravity of it, the energetic gravity of it, is a collision course straight for each other in the most beautiful way. And be peace. So keep anchoring the peace in, so that when you are confronted by the reality that there is nowhere to run, have peace. You're merging so beautifully with another person, so perfectly, so completely in the physical, without it being codependent, that you have needed to be accountable for your own peace, so that when this happens, you would receive it and not be afraid. How are the masculines perceiving this? Total transformation underway. What are they going to do about it? They're picking up this King of Wands scepter and preparing to walk the walk, talk the talk, keep the peace. What are the feminines? Two of Wands, another duplicate from each side of the energy here. They're awaiting this. They sense something's coming. They're anticipating seeing you soon. Masculines, what is the action? The Devil in reverse. So the feminines, this is like keeping the peace instead of feeling at the mercy of, binding, heavy, powerless to resist. The feminines are saying, I've never been in enough safety to allow myself to just see what will happen without fear. And so, yeah, the feminines are melting into sacred union with the masculines because they trust the masculines. Okay, let's get a card, one last card for the collectives. Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to the Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Okay, so I'm going to end that with the fact that because the counterparts have done everything to resist these connections and they are still coming in, they are merging. It is for our highest purpose. So, highest purpose mission statements look like they're around the corner, everybody. They may already be coming in for some. And that's not just, being out of connection and having an idea that you hope to have with your counterpart one day. This is in the 3D. We've got 3D material realm, 3 of Pentacles, coming out of just in the energetics and going into purpose together in the material world. Absolutely in the material world, because we have the Devil here, which is the material world in a card here. Okay, so everybody who is ready for that, or who wants to continue being ready for that, allow it in. In the comments below, if you've stayed all the way to this, say, I am opening to my purpose. I am open to my purpose. Bring it on. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.